So here's the three major components of our vent window assembly, and I've already, you know, you watch the videos where we disassembled everything, and I've gone and sanded them and painted them. I didn't film that because it's just sanding and painting, and you guys already know how to do that. So now's the time to go, when you got your glass out, get the glass real nice and cleaned up, get some of the goo off the perimeter where it was held into place on this bracket. And so now what we're going to do is we're not going to focus on the main frame of the vent window assembly yet. We're going to get our glass reinstalled into its little housing. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, if you wanted to, you could get online, go to any of your favorite parts distributors and order that rubber compression strip that fits in here and holds the glass secure to the framework. You could also, if you were able to get yours out in a complete piece or a fairly large chunk of a complete piece, you can go down to like a windshield repair shop somewhere if you got one locally, and they might have some of that rubber stuff just on a roll. I used to work for some guys that did that work. It was kind of their other business. I worked for their armoring company. We built armored cars, but they had a windshield repair company as well, and they had rolls and rolls of just rubber products just laying around. So you can go, if you know, you get the dimensions of that little rubber strip, and you can go down there and you could probably just buy it from them, just have them cut it off, and probably get it for just a few bucks. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm actually going to use some windshield sealant, just some like polyurethane, or well, it's not polyurethane, but you know, just some windshield sealant off the shelf at the parts store. This stuff seems to work pretty well. So we'll just take that. You can see I've cut a pretty fat angle, cut the tip down so that you get a lot of goo coming out of there pretty quickly, and cut it at an angle. And we'll just come in here and fill up this groove here with windshield sealant, and then we'll stick our glass in there. And you're also going to want to have some masking tape on hand. And what we're going to do is, once we get this kind of filled up and put our glass in place, we're going to tape the glass and the frame together while that weather stripping adhesive sets up. So let me get started on that, and we'll assemble these two pieces. Alright, hopefully you can see that in there. You know, it's a black frame with black weather stripping in there, but I've got a pretty generous bead going in there, and I would advise you to actually put a fairly generous bead in there. It is going to ooze out on the edges, but you kind of want that, and I'll show you how to deal with that later on. So for now, let's get this piece of glass installed. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is grab a couple pieces of tape and just peel myself off a few little pieces and just kind of stick them to the table here. So 2 is good for now. And of course we take our glass, kind of get it. You kind of want to do this in one shot. So we get it kind of set into place, and then we start squeezing it in. I want to pick it up off the table because I don't want to get stuff on my my little soft cloth that I'm using to protect my paint. That's it. You just kind of get it in place, and you can kind of see right here in the corner how it's kind of oozing out just a little bit. So we get this well seated, squeeze it up top, squeeze it down at the bottom. So now everything's in there real nice. So we take our tape, and up here at the top, just lay it right there on the crest. So got some crud on me, I'll wipe it off. We just wrap it around, keeping pressure on it, keep it tight. The other piece, wrap it around, so that part's done. That'll keep it in there nice and tight. And here on the bottom, we'll do the same thing. Lay it on top, just stretch it down, stick it to the glass, Oh, tape ripped. Stretch it down, stick it to the glass. That'll keep it there. Now I do want to add one more little piece of tape here at the bottom. Set this up like that. Set it there, pull it down tight, stick it to the glass, stick the other side. So now we got this set in place. We're just going to let this dry up, and we'll come back later. Once this stuff is cured up a little bit, we'll take just a single-sided razor blade and we'll trim off this excess that bulged out in certain areas. So we'll just let this dry up, and we'll get started putting the weather stripping, the rubber weather stripping, into the primary frame of the vent window.